Hey, gorgeous ladies. I'm really excited to introduce you to one of our beautiful Wealthy World Mastermind students, Jennifer Smith. And we are just chatting about her maybe one day coming over to Sydney because she's currently in the States. And thank you so much for your time. I am really grateful for you because I know how busy you are and all of the great things that have been happening in such a short period of time. So what do you tell us? What do you do? Like what do you do for your clients? And what do you help them with?
Well, I am an orthodontist, and actually, I run an orthodontic clinic. And I have started moving into the coaching space to help women who are dentists and dental specialists to build their dream practice and kind of shape up their life. I personally struggled a lot with time management and leadership and all of the great things that go with owning your own business. And I want to be able to help women to build all that they want in work, wealth, well-being, all of those things.
Yeah, professional coaching is such a beautiful space. I think, we get so focused on our career, like to, build it up, whether it's through university or study or mentorship, and get into the career. And then it's like, now you're on your own. So I love that you're jumping into that space. So, how did you come into our world? Like, how did you go from being an orthodontist to wanting to become a coach?
Well, I've been speaking a little bit in the dental world and dental circles. I attend a lot of conferences and I do a lot of continuing education myself. And I found that the conversations I kept having over and over and over again with every woman was, why are you so happy? What are you doing that's making this sound easy for you? How are you in the place you're at? Because I think I speak so excitedly about my practice. I love my work. I love being at work. I love all the things that I do. And a lot of women that I spoke to were just really struggling with either work-life balance or growing their practice, and they just didn't know where to go for resources. And so everyone keeps asking me what I'm doing, and I thought there's got to be a way that I can actually take what I'm doing, put it into a process or a system or something, and then start helping other women to make those big steps, because it completely changed my life when I changed how I did things.
Yeah, that's so exciting. Lucky for them that you are taking your ideas and making them happen. So where were you before you came into our world?
Oh my goodness. I about 3 years ago, I thought I'm going to do this coaching thing, and then I don't know. I dabbled, and I got so stuck in how to launch, like how to actually start. It felt like too many things. I was completely overwhelmed, and I don't know. The fire started again about a couple months ago, and I thought, there's got to be someone out there who can help me follow a path of some kind to get launched, to get going. I felt like a lot of the tech stuff I had figured out, but I just couldn't figure out how to get my offer out there. And so I don't even know how I found your group. I think I was in Facebook madly searching for groups that might have women that did something like this. And someone reached out, and I thought, I'm going to have that conversation. And it just, I don't know, I trust the universe to bring me exactly what I need when I need it. And it landed in my lap at the perfect time.
I have goosebumps all over my arms. I love it. Definitely did because you go, no, I'm doing this. So first you made a decision, which is super important. And then you took action. So, law of attraction and then law of action. So law of attraction is like, I want something. I know what it is. I'm going to focus on it. I believe that I can have it. And then law of action is, well, now I have to do something. And even just the searching or being open to having a conversation has led you to where you actually wanted to be. And now my legs are covered in goosebumps. I love it. And it's not because it's cold, it's freezing here in Sydney. I promise it's not because of that. So that's very exciting. So now you're in our world after 3 years. How did that feel? Having this idea, like starting and not really kind of getting to where you want to go and then putting it on the shelf, and then that little fire kind of came back and was like, no, 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 pay attention. You're meant to
Yeah.
do this. What's that like?
Yeah. I think that's what it was. It was like this little light that I had kind of like pushed down for a while, because I'm like, you're busy enough. There's other things in your world, right? You've got the kids, you've got work, you've got all the, and you're happy, you're successful, you're doing all the things that you said you wanted to do. But I have such a passion for, that moment when you help someone with like one little thing in their life to get better, and it just lights you up. And I do that by making smiles every day, yes, but it's such on a different level when it's a peer and it's a colleague and you see the light bulb moment where they just get it. And I thought, no, this is on my path in this life. This is something I must do. And so I said, okay, I'm committing. I had no idea what the path would be, not a clue. And I'm actually so thankful I found you, because I feel like I got a really big hug, and then I'm getting my hand held in a way that is like super supportive. And like, I literally launched yesterday my offer for my group coaching program, thinking I mean, I'm a fairly self-confident woman, but thinking there is a chance no one will take me up on this offer because I just had my little tiny email list. I thought I'm just gonna work with the local ladies I know and see what happens. And I have all 5 spots filled as of last night.
Oh, you did?
Of my five, yes, of my 5 spot program.
Jennifer, I knew it was 4. I know this
That was
morning when
5.
I woke up and I was in the shower thinking about you, totally inappropriate, but that's when I do my best thinking. And I'm like, I wonder if she got the last one.
I did.
How's that feel?
So crazy awesome. And at the same time, I'm like, oh, and now I have to build all of it. I have my rough draft, but I'm like, I guess we're gonna build and fly at the same time. Let's go. Yeah.
And we teach you that, right? Like how not to,
Yep.
because this is the biggest trap that we see a lot of women fall into. They go, okay, well, okay, I know what I want to create. I'm going to go spend a whole heap of time creating that. And then they try and launch it and no one wants it because they haven't been able to test the message, test having, or they don't have the sales skills yet. So we kind of teach you to get clear on what you want, know that you can deliver on that, but start selling now and then deliver what I call just in time, right? So you deliver the first module or the first component with the first group, then and you build it out of it. I'm so happy for you. I know the team have been ecstatic. Holly has been messaging me crazily as well. So you've sold the first 5 spots. How much is that?
1997 each.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So 10,000.
10,000. Yep.
And in 24 hours.
Yep. I know. And I have a few ladies who are like, can I do the second round? I just don't have time right now. And I'm like, oh, I don't even know what that's going to look like. But and this is just a group of local dentists that I've been working with in a study club. I really haven't started any other outreach, and it's not, I knew there was some need there. I just wasn't sure if group coaching, like that message, if I had it down. And I do think all the work like that I've done with Holly and even just like nailing down my offer, the words, my pain points, all of that work, I felt like the message I sent out to them in that one email, I clearly spoke in a language that made sense to them and that hit them where they knew they needed help. Because not only did the first 3 people sign up within literally minutes, it was like, sign me up right now. How do I send you money? Let's go. It was like a firecracker, like straight back to me. And I was like, whoa, what's happening? And it was, I mean, it's such a wonderful feeling to know that I'll be able to help these women, but also to know that they're excited about someone wanting to do this work with them. And it lets me know that, my little corner of the world, my like little tiny, like all I have is 34 women on my email list, like that with my first attempt was so successful. It's sort of like, now I feel like the world is my oyster. I mean, everything is just out there waiting. So I don't know, sky's the limit at this point.
Sky's the limit. And that's the thing, right? We get so caught up into, and I think, social media is, different platforms and stuff have kind of taken us down a path of not focused on connection. So you have a list of 34. Let's just get the facts straight. A list of 34, mm-hmm. and you enrolled 5, which was your 5 spots that you had, and enrolled and brought in 10,000 in 24 hours.
Yes.
And now you're like, whoa.
Yeah, like let's go.
Let's go.
Let's go. I feel like, I don't know, there's something for validation in an idea, but I'm so excited for these women because I know the breakthroughs they're going to have, and I know this is going to change their world on so many levels. And just thinking about that gives me goosebumps. Just knowing that I can be there to facilitate, just to be the one to help guide and to point them in some right directions and support them in the way that they need to be supported. I can't wait. We start on May 2nd. So I guess I'm going to have stuff ready by May 2nd.
You will do. You're an expert at what you do. So I'm so happy for you. And I'm so happy for your clients because they said yes now, their lives are going to be changed. And that's the work that you get to do now, which is exciting. And this is just the beginning. Like this is just like the teeny tiny beginning, right? So okay, so we've already hit that goal. What's the next goal? Where are we going to next?
Oh goodness. I mean, I always said I wanted this to be available for I would say English speaking dentists and dental specialists, you know, anywhere in the world. And I think this just proves to me that the concept is valid, that there's an audience and a need for this kind of work. And so I guess I'm going to have to figure out how to get going on that online presence so that I can get known outside of my local community, and go from there.
If only there was someone that could help you do that, hey?
I know. I feel like maybe I found the right place to be.
So let me ask you this then. What's the experience been like inside the mastermind? Like what is it really like?
It's been so lovely. I do social media for my work, but I tend to stay away from a lot of that stuff. But I feel like the content's been fantastic. As I've been going through videos and following along and copying stuff into my Google Drive, I feel like I've got step by step for everything. If I have a question, it gets answered immediately. I love that I can like literally message like Holly about anything. She'll get back to me. The mindset sessions have been fantastic. That's something I'm super passionate about, and I like absolutely love that. I feel like it's such a great group of women, and you can just feel the support in the group, like everyone just cheering each other on and supporting one another, you know, showing up where we can. I think it's unique in that way, because a lot of the other groups that I did join in my mass search to figure out where to be feel very impersonal, and not like a dynamic I want to participate in as much. And this feels more like home.
Oh, I love that. Yay, thank you. Because that's our mission, right? Is to create a space for all female coaches and consultants to feel safe so that they can, you know, do the work that they need to do and not be in a fear state. So I love that. Thank you. So bit of advice. What would your advice be to a gorgeous woman watching this video? Because they are going to watch and they're going to be very inspired by you. What would your advice be? Because you're not the only one who's sitting on a gold mine idea.
Right. I think it's funny. I tell people all the time, just do it, but I wasn't following my own advice. I think we all get stuck in that idea of it has to be built, or it has to be perfect, or I have to have fleshed it out all the way, or all the little steps. We get stuck in the nuance and, you know, getting the perfect headline or the perfect byline or the perfect tagline or the perfect whatever it is. And it stops us from actually taking the next step. And imperfect action will always take you further faster. And I think I just evidenced that to myself in such a huge way that I feel like that's locked in now, because I wasn't 100% sure about any of it. And even when I hit send on the email, I thought, I don't know, is now the time? And I think the next time is going to be even easier, because once you get some success, like even just a tiny bit of success, each step after that is easier and easier. So I would say, don't hold off. Even if you don't have enough faith in yourself, take the faith from the group and let the other women hold you up, and just make the move. Because even if worst case scenario, it's crickets, you've learned something from that experience, and then you take the next step, and it's going to be easier than holding back and doing nothing. I did nothing for 3 years. I sat on a great idea and just couldn't figure out the next step, because I felt like if I didn't have it all figured out, I was going to fail. And what this group has taught me, and what the mastermind has taught me, is that even just having the starting idea, like the starting point, it didn't take me very long, like a couple weeks, to have my program sort of laid out and to say, okay, let's go. And literally I have nothing built other than my outline, but I actually have confidence I can get it done. This is material I know, it's stuff that I love to do. And I'm like, we'll build on the fly. Like, let's go. And this founding group is amazing, because I've let them know, you're going to help me. You're going to give me feedback. We're going to make this better. That's why they're getting a massive discount. I think it's a win-win for everybody involved. So I would say, yeah, don't